What's up, nerds? My name is Trogdor, and I've got... Hey, look, it's another Pokemon battle. Cool. I already uploaded my first week of this league that I'm in called the NPA. Took over a team, mentioned that briefly, but I'm going to talk about that more. I've got my second week now. I'm 0-1 minus 2. My team is the... Wow, I'm going all over the place right now. My name is Trogdor. I've got the Vancouver Tapu Konucks. We're 0-1 minus 2. My opponent has got the Amsterdam Aipoms. I believe as we're playing this game, he's 1-0 plus 5. Quick rundown of my team. So I inherited a team, as I mentioned. It's got the Jirachi, Hydreigon, Thunderous Eye, Azumarill, Infernape, Florges, Weavile, Delmise, and it had Kartana, Pelipper, and Mega Swampert. I dropped those last three guys and picked up some more bulky things. Like I got Toxapex, which somehow went undrafted in a league that's a free draft. I got Hippo, which is basically the next bulkiest thing that I could find, and then Mega Beedrill because it kills things. That's really the extent of my logic. I just wanted some bulky things and some offense to replace Kartana with, because I don't know, I just really don't like Kartana, and it had a little bit too many overlappings or type overlaps and stuff. So that's my team. Still not like the easiest thing for me to play with. It's I prefer drafting my own. I can get things that I just know how to play with properly and I'm comfortable using, but there's some good stuff on this team that I can make work, because Jirachi is one of my favorite things to use in the world. Hydreigon just kills things, Thunderous kills things, etc. So this week I'm bringing some spice. This Jirachi has Doom Desire. I believe the set I'm bringing has Doom Desire, Wish, U-Turn, Protect. It's a great set. Not a lot of people know exactly what Doom Desire does, so that kind of puts them on a timer of like, oh, something's gonna kill whatever I have in 2 turns, and then whatever thing they have that can switch into Doom Desire, I can capitalize on that, bring something in that can counter that, set up, whatever. I don't have a lot of setup on this team. I've got Weavile. It's not Scarfed, I just remember that. Not Scarfed, I think it's Life Orb Weavile. But yeah, it's there to basically check the Gardevoir, can do a lot of damage to the Crocodile, get some nice knockoffs on things like Fortress. Debated on bringing Low Kick, but I didn't for Aggron, because I don't know, I just didn't really see it coming, but there it is, so I'm a bit worried about that. Hippowdon is fat and uses Earthquake and gets up rocks. Delmise is Assault Vest with Rapid Spin, Anchor Shot, and a couple other moves. It's really bulky and it can do some serious damage versus other things. Hydreigon that kills things, and Toxapex that doesn't get killed ever. So yeah, let's press play and see how I do. So he's got Fortress, I've got Weavile. I'm thinking of I debated going for knockoff right away. I don't know if he wanted to get up rocks, but in the event that he did, I wanted to spin them right away with Delmise, because rocks are just not cute this game. So he goes for Volt Switch instead and goes into his Crocodile. I should have right here figured that he was Scarf Croak based on the damage, but I didn't even cross my mind. But Toxapex, still there to take hits and stuff. I go for Baneful Bowker just to scout what he does and maybe give him, some poison or whatever. He goes into Cryogonal, which this is a problem for me because he goes for the substitute here. I was anticipating, it to be like Scarfed or something, which, ironic that I choose the wrong thing to be Scarfed. So yeah, he goes for the substitute while I've got my Protect. So yeah, he gets a free sub and then goes for Freeze Dry, which I'm like, ow. And I just want to get some damage onto a sub, but it's not enough to break, so I just have to switch out and go to my Jirachi, because I don't know if he has a lot of coverage, but he ends up going for a Hidden Power, which does a little bit less than 25%. So I can, get some lefties and do what I want, which is Doom Desire. I get to go for my spicy move. Between turns, he took a while to think about that because it might have been his first time ever seeing a Doom Desire. I don't know. It's not commonly used move. It's just some spice. He goes for a hidden power. I'm getting worn down pretty good. I'm just gonna go for a U-turn here because I believe that'll break his sub, and my Delmise can tank whatever he does. I was really hoping that he would switch out, and whatever he switches into, I could anchor shot, and that plus the Doom Desire plus him being forced in, I can go. But he just chooses to stay in and die to the anchor shot, and Doom Desire doesn't get to pick up a kill on anything, which is unfortunate. Rewind a bit. So when we first played this game, he had switched in as a fully Mega Gardevoir because we're playing custom games and whatnot, and had traced my ability, which, regular Gardevoir has traced, like it just did. But basically the first time we played through this game, he didn't have Pixelate, and therefore Hyper Voice didn't do anything to me. So I was a little bit upset that Delmise had to go down this way, but it's totally understandable, like if you want to make it up and whatnot. But yeah, this is our second run through the game. No crazy hacks or anything happened, but Delmise goes down and his Gardevoir is still up. And yeah, so I got Weavile, I've got Poison Jab and Knockoff on this, but I'm just going to go for the Poison Jab, but he's got Fortress to take that hit, so I choose to knock off his leftovers because now it'll just be an easier thing to take down. He goes for his rocks, and my Delmise is gone, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I go for a Fire Blast and kill this thing because Hydreigon's really the only thing I have to do that, so I'm just very glad that he stayed in and that hit, because otherwise Fortress would have been a slight problem. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't have low kick on Weavile to do more damage, and Knockoff was only doing like 32% earlier, so it would have been doing a lot less. So yeah, I'm just glad to see this thing go down right now. Jolteon can do some damage to it, but Hippo, is here to take Thunderbolts and whatnot. He goes for the Toxic, which is kind of sucks, but I've got leftovers and Slack Off, so I can be in for a few turns at least. Go for the Earthquake on Crook. That does a sizable amount of damage, so I should have realized, like, oh, he's probably not a bulky set. Didn't see him Intimidate earlier, so it's, Moxie. It's a Scarf Moxie set, which I didn't realize until it was too late. So he goes for a knockoff here on Toxapex and gets the Moxie boost. I go into Weavile thinking like, oh, I outspeed and kill it, but instead I don't outspeed, and I kill myself to a Sandstorm, but I do luckily live that knockoff and get that Crocodile down. Otherwise it would have just run straight through me at that point. Jirachi I should have preserved because it's the only thing that would have prevented my opponent from running through with Gardevoir, even though my only attacking move was the Doom Desire, but I could have, used my Wish, my leftovers to play around that while he gets residual hits from the Sandstorm. But yeah, losing Jirachi there was one of my many foolish plays this game. Yeah, Hippo and Hydreigon versus the world. I luckily do pick up a kill with the Earthquake right here because, yeah, Jolteon can't do much for me, but I'm worn down enough that Gardevoir is just going to be able to pick up the KO here, and even with a pretty powerful Dark Pulse, Gardevoir just kind of laughs at that and brings it down. So, good game to my opponent. That's another 0-2 loss for me, so now I'm 0-2 -4. Not the worst thing in the world, but still not ideal. My prep is still somewhat lacking, and my battling is, I could be doing a lot better. I'm still getting comfortable with this team, as I mentioned, but I do like having the bulkier things. I think Hippo and Toxapex like switch around really well together. I just have to not play like trash so I can pick up some wins. So yeah, I don't know if a lot of people are uploading this league, but if I do get some links to my opponent's channel, I'll drop them down there. Give me a subscribe because I'm new here. well, not relatively new, but you know, it would be nice to have some subscribers to share more content with people if you're interested in watching. Like the video if you did like it, because I put some, you know, hard work into this and wanted to bring you some battles. Anyway, that's all I've got for this. Hopefully the third week coming soon after this, because I have a few weeks into the league and just need to catch up on the uploads. So subscribe for all of that content in the future, and I'll drop my Twitter down there as well because I'm more active, and if you enjoy shitposting on Twitter, well, I'm gonna be your guy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.